Welcome to Casstrom. So I want to give you a tip today about how to make your leather sheaths even more water repellent and give them a really great fit to your knife in a process we call hot waxing. This is not a new technique, it's something that's been used for a long time, developed by old knife makers back in the day, and it's still a technique that gives a great result still today. So I'm going to go through that quickly. So you need a sheath with a vegetable tanned leather to soak up the hot wax. You need some beeswax. So depending on how much beeswax you can access, you can do a large quantity and dip the whole sheath, or you can do it with a little bit less wax and use a brush. But for the best results, total immersion is the best. So measure up your wax and make sure that you have an equal quantity of, approximately an equal quantity of beeswax and an equal quantity of neatsfoot oil. That's the oil that I recommend. You can probably use other oils, but this is certainly the one that's most suitable for leather products. So neatsfoot oil 50% and then beeswax 50%. Right, so what we do is we put the ingredients inside a big pot and melt them. This might take a little while to do if you don't have granules. So if we have a big block like the one that I have here, it's going to take a while to melt that beeswax. But that's not a problem, just put it into a stove that you can use. You also need the knife in question, and the easiest thing to do just to protect the knife from getting all gooey with wax is to put a little bit of cling film on it. So we put the ingredients in and we've racked up the temperature on the stove, and we're going to wait for that to all melt, and then we'll mix it. Right, that's all melted now, and what I'm going to do is put some protective gloves on. Some normal cotton gloves is pretty perfect for this sort of job, just cheap painting gloves, just to protect you a little bit from the heat and from the heat of the hot wax. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the sheath, put it inside, and immerse it completely into the wax. Just turn it around and let it soak up the wax. So for maybe about 10 seconds or so, and then pull that out, get rid of any excess, put our knife in to the perfect position where we really want it. So, and then you can just work around the knife just to get the shape of the knife correctly, because this is going to tighten up and harden the sheath quite a bit. And then we take a piece of paper, just remove any excess wax. Right, so what we're going to do now is we'll take the knife out and just inspect the sheath, see if there's any residue, any wax that's left on the surface or around the sides at all, or maybe in the seams. Usually there's a little bit of wax left in there. So what we can do is we can use a normal sort of hot air gun just to get that out. So let's get that started. Dry off any excess that's left there. Now what we do is just let that dry. Right, this has been drying, so it's been about an hour, and this is now quite hard. Really resistant to any damage. and it's also impregnated, so pretty much waterproof. And yeah, it just has a really great fit that holds the knife perfectly, and yeah, it's just overall the performance is even better than normal. So the only drawback with doing hot waxing is that you're going to get a slightly sticky surface. You can make sure that you sort of try and take off any excess, but in the sun or other conditions, you know, there might be some of that wax that will come to the surface again and just make it a little bit sticky. So that can be a little drawback, but all in all, it makes the performance great. Another small drawback is that it's going to change the color of your leather. Some leather might go quite dark, some will just get a slightly darker. You know, natural colored leather will not be sort of natural anymore. It will go more towards the cognac color. So, but that's pretty much the only drawback. So yeah, thanks for watching.